Hello, my fellow Zillow surfers. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the most expensive home in the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. And I recently saw an interesting stat about Pittsburgh. So out of the 50 largest cities or 50 largest metropolitan areas in the country, Pittsburgh is the only one where it's still cheaper to buy a home than rent a home. Now, over the past couple years, we've seen this stat really shift. There's been a popular stat that I believe for a while it was every single city but 5 U.S. cities, it was cheaper to rent than own. And that list continued shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. I believe for a time there wasn't a single city in the top 50 largest cities where it was actually cheaper to own a home than rent. But I'm guessing home prices have come down, and it is now actually slightly cheaper to own a home in Pittsburgh than rent. Let me see if I got this stat here. The median home cost in Pittsburgh is $1,473, which is well below the national median asking rent of $1,711. So Pittsburgh is one of those few cities where it's actually cheaper to own than it is cheaper to rent. The home we're going to be looking at today is located at 134 South Drive in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 15238. It's going to be $6,800,000, 4 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 9,775 square feet. And Pittsburgh's kind of a cool city. I've only been there once or twice. The thing that stands out most to me about Pittsburgh is kind of that iconic view of their baseball field between two rivers and Primanti's Brothers sandwiches. You know, when I went to Pittsburgh, that was one of the first things that I wanted to do. And I was just passing through, but I wanted to get one of those Primanti Brothers sandwiches that I've seen on all the food cooking shows and travel shows. I believe it's a pastrami sandwich with like French fries and coleslaw on it on like a big Texas toast kind of bun. Maybe it's rye. I don't remember, but those are the two things that I think Pittsburgh's best known for. Let's take a look at some of these photos, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit about Pittsburgh. Why are we starting at photo 34 here? That's weird. Okay. Let's get back to photo number 1. You know, Pittsburgh's an interesting city. It's a steel city. It's kind of got that river town look, that river town vibe. It's a little bit dark. It's a little bit gritty. It's very hilly, but it's a cool city. So I'll let you guys look at some photos when we talk a little bit about Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a city of bridges. Pittsburgh has 446 bridges, more than any other city in the world, even more than Venice. This is due to its unique geography with the Allegheny, Monongahela, and Ohio rivers converging at the city's point. And I think I actually saw a stat in one of the Chicago videos we did recently. That's a sweet pool. That Chicago has the most movable bridges. So Chicago has the most bridges that go up and down. This is an interesting one. I didn't know this. Pittsburgh is also the birthplace of the Big Mac. The Big Mac was invented just outside of Pittsburgh in 1967 by Jim Delegati, a fellow paisan, a McDonald's franchisee in nearby Uniontown. The Big Mac Museum in North Huntington pays tribute to this fast food legend. Pittsburgh is also home to the first commercial radio station. Pittsburgh is the birthplace of KDKA Radio, the world's first commercial radio station, which began broadcasting on November 2nd, 1920, reporting the U.S. presidential election results. Pittsburgh, obviously, you guys know this, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh is a steel city legacy, once known as the steel capital of the world. Pittsburgh played a crucial role in the industrial growth of the U.S. Its steel mill produced massive quantities of steel for bridges, skyscrapers, and wartime production. Though the steel industry has declined, the nickname Steel City still remains. And you know, another steel city that didn't hold up as well as Pittsburgh is Gary, Indiana, and we will be looking at Gary, Indiana in some of these future videos as well. And lastly, we don't really think of it as this, but Pittsburgh is a tech and education hub. Today, Pittsburgh is the leader in robotics, AI, and healthcare innovation, thanks to institutions like Carnegie Mellon University and the University of Pittsburgh. Tech giants like Google, Uber, and Facebook also have a strong presence in the city. Let's hop down here and look at a little bit more about this city. We got a 5 attached car garage. This home is on 1.16 acres. It's going to cost you $696 per square foot. And what's special about this home? It's a stone Tudor style home. Original details, custom craft room, modern amenities, thermal controlled wine room, fully furnished lower level, and a gas-powered fire pit. Let's see, this one's going to cost you $45,000 a month to own. Looking at the property history, these are hard to come by. Most houses don't list these. or Zillow started kind of taking these off. But in 2002, this property sold for 1.2 million. Let's see, 2009 sold for 1.5 million. 2023, I'm guessing they did some major renovations or something like that. 8,200,000, dropped the price to 7,200,000, removed the listing, and they relisted it in July of this year. Actually just about a week ago for 6.8 million. Let's see if we can take a look at the property taxes here. Property taxes, $43,377. Let's read a little bit about this property. This magnificent, almost 10,000 square foot stone Tudor has been meticulously renovated by the present owners to create the perfect home for their family. Led by acclaimed architect Anthony Stillson, the extensive project included an addition and an updated configuration that seamlessly blends modern amenities with an astonishing wealth of original details. And that's why this property jumped from like 1.2 million up to 8 million. They did a big remodel. Ideal for everyday living and entertaining, the home includes an exceptional kitchen and fully furnished lower level with custom craft room, theater wet bar, thermal-controlled wine room, and more. The sumptuous primary suite is a private retreat. Bluestone patios overlook the pool, oversized spa, and gas-powered fire pit, which are surrounded by limestone paving, connected to the main house by a cedar trellis with copper roof. The carriage house offers infinite possibilities. Additional amenities include movie-quality sound systems, Crestron Home audio and video system, Lutron lighting system, perimeter fencing, and motorized driveway gate. So let's take a look at this property here. Let me start at photo number 1. Okay, so cool stone Tudor, nice property, nice gate. We dig that. Look at the big garage. I love the huge driveway here. Impressive home. I really love that pool area. That's super cool. We got the coach house behind the house, pool and hot tub. You know, I love the landscaping. Love everything about this home. Let's see here. Nice stonework on the home, a grand staircase. Definitely has that kind of like Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh kind of feel to it. Not necessarily my personal style, but I can appreciate it. Is this, they got shuffleboard inside the house? And it's actually, I can't tell if that's like one of the shuffleboards that you scoot the things on with your hand, or if that's like actually on the ground and it's like a full-size shuffleboard. It looks like it might be one of the ones you slide things on, and it's just kind of a weird angle. Got a little wet bar there. Nice kitchen, big island. A lot of detail work like on the ceilings and stuff like that. I'm guessing that's a closet. Tons of organization there. Master bedroom, nice bathroom. A little bit too fancy for me, a little too, you know, kind of old school in terms of the design and stuff, but I can appreciate it. Here's a cool movie room. Looks like this is like kind of an arcade room. Looks like we got a air hockey game over there. This is the entryway again, the kitchen again, family room, kitchen, that big island, more kitchen, family room, fireplace. You know, I like this home. I appreciate it. I don't love this home. What do you guys think about it? Drop a comment down below and let me know. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any interesting history, any interesting stats, anything interesting you want to share about Pittsburgh, go ahead and drop a comment down below. And you know, maybe we'll take a look at some kind of like average middle-class family homes in Pittsburgh and see how far your money actually goes in Pittsburgh, since it is it is the only city in the U.S., one of the only 50 largest cities where it's actually still cheaper to buy a home than rent a home. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Drop a comment down below, thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell if you're not subscribed, and I'll catch you on the next video.